Right, so good evening, guys, and welcome to yet another day in the Noob Animation Podcast channel. So, today we're going to be talking about ways to plan for your animation, right? So, animation is, that it involves a lot of pre planning. So, we have 7 steps to planning for animations. I'm going to go through that. So, we have the visualization steps. So, that's where you have an idea in your mind and you're trying to imagine, okay, so let's say you have a character doing flips, moving from pole to pole, like basically doing a little parkour scene, right? So you first have to imagine, okay, I want the character to come in this way, do this, do a handstand, do a front flip, swing on some bars. Do you understand? Like basically that's the first step. That's visualizing your idea in your mind. Then we then have the second step, that's actually putting down some of your ideas and saying, okay, this works, that works, this doesn't work. You understand? So basically, you're putting your ideas together before you even touch the system, right? So after this, you then go and observe. So let's say, as I said, you're doing a parkour scene, so you go look for videos online and observe like real people doing such sports. If you want to do a skateboard animation, you go look at people that are skateboarding, see what happens, see what the body is doing, see what the hips are doing, see what the arms are doing, see what everything on the body is doing, right? So after that, we have thumbnailing. So thumbnailing is when you go get a pen and paper and you actually draw out the things that you can see. So you draw out the poses. You don't need to be a good artist to thumbnail. Like anything that you can draw, so far as you understand what you are drawing. So it could be stick figures. It could be a circle with a head, a circle with a hand. You understand? It could be anything. So far as visually you can understand what you're seeing. So after thumbnailing, we have references. So video references, basically, if it's something you can do, you set up a camera, you act it out. If it's something that you can't do, then you go online on YouTube and watch people like acting out what you want to do. And then you can even like use that reference video as a starting point, or you can get a video of the thing actually doing. So if let's say you wanted to animate a bouncing ball, you go online, then you get a ball that's bouncing and you see what's happening there, and you use that to animate like what you want to do. So me, I'm not a fan of copying video reference, but then if you're starting out or it's hard for you, then yeah, you can copy. But the thing about copying like reference, like for pose to pose, is that it can feel a bit floaty. So that's where some knowledge of timing and spacing and all of that comes into play. So yeah, you can use like video reference. In fact, always use video reference, but don't copy your video reference except you're learning. Then yeah, copy your video reference, but there should be a point in which you're moving on from the video reference, right? So after that, if you work in a group or you have friends, then you can meet them and show them, okay, this looks good, and ask for their feedback, because of basically like animation is a team sport, right? So you can't just do it in a vacuum. You have to do it with people. So if you do something, so basically there's the, like, once you get your video reference, you can block out, right? So once you do a block out, right, it is something that you show either your supervisor, your mentor, or your friend, and be like, okay, bro, does this look good? Like, am I conveying the message of what I have in my head? Like, can you see the action? Like, does it look okay? You get, so basically having eyes look at your work before you go too far helps you as well, because you also like understand, okay, like they are seeing what I'm trying to put out there, so it's working. Do you understand? Then if you work on a team or you work in a studio, then the fourth step is what the director wants. So what the director wants basically entails that if you're working on a show, a director has the full scope, right? So you as an animator, you're just animating a part of the larger picture, right? So don't get too attached to your work. Don't don't be like, oh, this must work, you must accept this. No, on an animation program, the director is your supervisor, right? So anything the director wants is what you do. So if you do a shot and the shot does not fit in with the rest of the work that he has been approving, then you just have to take your L and do it again. Like, it is not a vendetta against you. Basically, is that he's telling you that if I put your work with what we have, it wouldn't really make sense. So basically, you have to make some changes, right? So that is it about video, about planning for animation, right?